Introducing the 2011 AAA Blues. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Number 6, Jack Fisher. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Number 10, John Peterson. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Number 16, Braden Harris. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Number 18, Chris Springer. Number 19, Emerson Miniman. Number 27, Grant Fugner. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Number 31, Luke Scanapiego. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Number 93, Ben Spatansky. Head coach, Nick Carey. Assistant coaches, Casey Ott and Nate Cunningham. Team managers, Alicia and Ricky Smith.
Good evening, Blues fans. We are live here in Detroit at the Balfour Training Center for the Detroit Red Wings for tonight's first game matchup in the Little Caesars Showcase. Your Blues are going to take on the Palmyra Black Knights out of Pennsylvania. Both teams ranked in the top 20 last season. Coming out for a quick start. Both teams' first game this weekend, or this week, I guess, since it's Thursday. Blues are getting some final instruction from the bench, and then we'll be out to get this period started shortly. We'll be back then. And we are ready to get play underway. Blues are going to start this matchup with Giorgio up front, centering Wessel and Tyson Boyer on the wings. Defensively, we'll have Miniman and Brooks to kick off this show. 17 minutes go up on the clock. As a reminder, for those of you at home, there is delayed offsides. The tag-up rule applies, and you can ice the puck when you're shorthanded. And we're ready to go. Blues win the faceoff. Boyer sends it back to Brooks. Brooks going to skate backwards into the zone. Flips it up off the boards. That's out of the reach of Boyer. Knight's going to throw it in deep. Miniman gets there. He goes behind the net for his partner Brooks. Brooks looks up, hits Boyer. Boyer brings it to the neutral zone. He hits Miniman near side. Miniman crosses the red line, tries to dump. Puck rolls on him. And Wessel picks it up and brings it back towards the blue zone. He gives it to Komodowski, who switches with Brooks. Komodowski's pass up the middle to Giorgio off the mark. And Palmyra comes away with it. And the puck gets tipped into the Blues bench for our first stoppage in play with 16:28 remaining. Blues are going to send out the Fugner, Schneider, Harris line up front. Rubis and Komodowski will be the defensive pairing. Face off just next to the Blues bench coming up. Fugner lines up to take it. It is won by the Black Knights. They're going to put it in deep off the glass. Stutzer knocks it down behind the net with a good stick. Komodowski behind the net for Rubis. Rubis up to Schneider. Schneider up to Harris. Harris pushes it into the zone, shakes off a hit. Puck gets knocked off him. Schneider holds it in the line. He tries to go in deep. That gets picked off. Finally pushes it down into the corner. Schneider there. Bumps the puck towards the front of the net. The Knights come away with it. They send it up the boards. Komodowski grabs it. Quick shot blockered into the corner by the Knights goaltender. Knights come away with it. They go up the boards. Picked off by Schneider. Schneider tries to hit to the middle to Fugner. It gets intercepted. Now Harris picks up the loose puck in the corner. He tips it. Hits a stick. Gloves it down. Uh-oh. Knights come away with it, semi-break. Good back check by Rubis. Knocks it off his stick into the near side corner. He goes to Harris. Harris far side for Schneider. He crosses the red line. He's got a man all over him. He puts it in, takes a big hit, and he's going to go for a change. Knights pick it up behind their net. They're going to skate it out. They go up the far side wing. Step up by Brooks. Disrupts that play. Bauer puts it over as the Bauer-Fisher-Springer line jumps on the ice with Brooks and Smith. Brooks picks it up behind the net, goes to his partner Malachi Smith. Smith up to Bauer. Bauer tries to tip it to the center. That gets intercepted. Black Knights reverse it in their own zone. They send it right back to the neutral zone. They're going to tip it in. Malachi Smith in a foot race for it. He gets to it first, pushes it up the sideboards. Knights grab it. They get it out to the point. Nice behind the back pass to the top of the circle. Long shot, pad save, push to the corner. Knights come away with it. They send it behind the net for their man. Brooks all over his guy, plays the body. He gets held up. Springer comes in to help. Puck comes into the corner. Brooks is getting that's Malachi Smith gets absolutely mugged down in the corner. And they're going to play with it on the blue line. Picked off by Fisher as he pokes it to the neutral zone. Blues would have had a 2-on-2 the other way as Blues now start making a line change. Knights go D to D. They're going to post up behind their net and get set. Miniman jumps the boards with Brooks is his defensive pair. Knights put it in deep. Stutzer settles behind the net, sends to the near side corner. Brooks gets there first. He turns off a hit, puts the puck back into the corner, goes behind the net for Miniman. Miniman's going to go for a skate. He tries to hit Spatansky, streaking towards the center. That goes all the way down into the Knights zone. Crowley on the forecheck, pushes him behind. Zilm comes in on the forecheck now. They send it to the neutral zone. Off their player's skate, goes right to Rubis. Rubis, quick pass, hits Crowley. That's going to go all the way down, no icing. Puck goes behind the net. Zilm hits his man. Knights drop it behind the net. They're going to bring it out far side. Give and go pass. Out of the reach. Goes to Rubis. He puts it right back up the gut. And now Knights finally get it back into the blue zone. Miniman chases it to the near side corner. He sends it hard around the boards for a waiting Crowley. Crowley tries tipping it out. That puck is picked off. And they're going to send it all the way back around. Zilm first to the puck. He's going to tip it out to the neutral zone. And they're going to call icing against the Blues. 13:27 remain here in the first period. Tie game 0-0. They're saying shots are 1-0, and I believe that is in favor of the Knights as they are the away team. Blues finish the line change. Giorgio is out with Boyer and Wessel. Defensively, Smith and Komodowski are on the ice. Face-off is won by the Knights. Their shot deflects right to Tyson Boyer. He goes to Malachi Smith. Smith sends it forward, and that goes all the way down off a tip. Knights goaltender plays it up, knocked down by Wessel. Wessel tries to get to Giorgio just out of his reach. Giorgio on the forecheck. Knights player tried to clear behind the net, hit the side, scared the goalie a little bit there. Giorgio now in the corner, sends out the point for Smith. Smith far side for Komodowski. Komodowski tries to put in the center for Boyer. That goes a mile high off the stick. Wessel knocks it down, sends it towards the net. Loose puck in front and buried by Giorgio! Jackson Giorgio with the Blues' first goal of the season at 12:52 remaining here in the first period. Put the Blues up 1-0. So Giorgio from Smith and I believe Wessel, and the Blues take an early lead.
Not working.
Bugner, Schneider, Harris up front after that Blues goal. Face off, one back to Brooks. Brooks going to skate it across the line. Blues with numbers, shot on, that goes wide. Miniman's going to pinch, it gets around him and heads up. Blues got to get back as there's a semi-break the other way. Shot on, save off the shoulder of Stutzer. Puck picked up behind the net by Fugner. He brings it up far side to Harris. Harris tries to go over to Schneider. It hits something. Schneider tips it around, sends it into the neutral zone. Fugner picks up the loose puck. Schneider comes in to help him out, comes away with it, gets it back to Miniman. Miniman over to Brooks. Brooks going to skate it through the neutral zone, gets it knocked off of his stick. Knights are going to put it in deep for the Blues. Blues go on the forecheck now. They reverse in the far side corner. Fugner hits his man. The puck loose sitting there. Knights send it behind. Hit Fugner with the puck. Fugner gives it to Harris. Harris out to the point to Rubas. Rubas back to Harris on the sideboards near side. Step on shot. That goes just wide. Komodowski settles far point. He puts it down low for Harris. Harris tries to hit Schneider, hits a skate of a Knights player, goes all the way to Rubas. Rubas sends it towards the front, and that puck is in! Woo! Rubas or Fugner, if he got a stick on it, puts the Blues up 2-0 here with 11:46 remaining in the first. So Rubas looks like he got it, no tip, as it hit a Knights player. And Blues out to an early 2-goal lead, leading in shots 4-2. Blues send out a fresh unit. Springer centering Bauer and Fisher. Defensively, Rubas and Komodowski continue. Blues win the faceoff. They give it back to Bauer. Bauer to Rubas. Rubas goes for a skate, crosses the red line, brings it into their zone. Shot, hits a skate, goes to Springer. Springer tries getting the shot off. Knights come away with the puck, and they're going to bring it right back through the neutral zone. They send it far side. That's tipped into the Blue zone. Rubas gets there, sends it hard off the boards. That puck's going to go all the way down. They're going to say no icing. Goalie comes out to play. It hits off a Bauer skate, goes towards the front, but not far enough for Fischer. Knights pick it up. They go D to D in front of their own net. They're going to bring it up near side. Hits off the boards. Bauer hassles him. They're going to put it in deep. Komodowski goes to retrieve it. He hits his man. Grabs the puck, sends it up the far side boards. Nobody there for the Blues. Comes all the way out to the line. Good hold by their defenseman. They send it back the other way. And now it's settled by the Blues. Malachi Smith picks it up. They go the opposite way. Komodowski gets it forward to Fisher. Fisher to Bauer. Here come the Blues, 2-on-2. Malachi Smith in as Bauer puts it in deep, goes for a change. Smith comes away with it. He's by himself, draws some time, gives it to the point to Brooks. Brooks tries to give it back to Smith and intercepted by the Knights, and they send it all the way down for icing. Blues send out the Spatansky, Zilm, and Crowley line. Face-off push to the corner. Crowley comes away with it off the boards to Spatansky. Knights come away with it. They're going to bring it through the neutral zone. Good block by Zilm. And finally, they're able to clear. They come near side. They're going to circle inside their blue line. They go D to D a couple times. One more time. Now back up to the point. Hits off a skate. And Malachi Smith intercepts that. He goes to Spatansky. Spatansky chips it forward. Knights put it in, but it's intercepted by Brooks. Brooks far side, hits Crowley. Oh, bounces and couldn't find the puck, and Knights throw it back in deep. Settled behind the net by Stutzer. He circles. He gets it to Smith. Smith up the boards for Blues player. I didn't see who that was, and then it's going to go all the way down for icing. Blues will make a line change. They send out Giorgio, Wessel, Boyer up front. Defensively, Rubas and Miniman. Defensive zone face-off will be to the right of Stutzer, won by the Blues. Rubis comes away with it. Puck tips off something. He reclaims it, gives it to Boyer. Boyer hits Wessel on a seam pass, and it was too hot to handle. Blues intercept the puck. Giorgio sends it out to the point to Rubis. Rubis to his partner Miniman. Miniman shot, pad save, push to the far side corner. Giorgio hits his man. Puck goes to Boyer. He gets it out to Miniman. Miniman another shot, deflects off something, and a goal by Wessel. Luke Wessel puts the Blues up 3-0 with 9:19 remaining here in the first period, as Miniman took a shot from the point, hits off something, and then goes to the side of the net, and Wessel is there to bury it. Blues will keep the same unit on the ice. The Black Knights make a full line change. Giorgio lines up to take the draw. Face-off is won by the Knights, but Boyer steps up, hits his man. Miniman grabs the puck, gets it back to Giorgio, who was covering the point. Giorgio up the boards for Boyer. Boyer with traffic on him, loses the puck back into the zone. It goes to Miniman. Miniman behind the net to Rubis. Rubis flips it a mile high. Boyer lets it go. Giorgio pressures his man. They're going to put it back in. Good back check by Boyer. He hits his man off the puck. Miniman goes for the loose puck. He gets hit by two players at the same time. Giorgio comes in and takes it. Pushes it to the near side corner. Rubis there. Rubis comes away with the puck. He gets tripped up. And the puck comes out to the neutral zone, and the Black Knights throw it back in deep, and they go in on the forecheck as Miniman goes behind the net. He takes another hit. Puck comes around the far side. Giorgio hits his man. Miniman now takes his man out. Puck is loose, picked up by Rubis. He's going to bring it out near side. Goes up the sideboards for Wessel. Wessel crosses in. He puts it in deep. Blues go for a wholesale line change as Fugner, Schneider, Harris jump the boards. Black Knights send it all the way down. They tip it in. Smith goes back to get it. He sends it off the boards for Komodowski. Komodowski to Harris, far side boards. Drop pass for Fugner. Fugner to Schneider, and here come the Blues with, or that's Smith, I'm sorry. Smith sends it towards the front. Nobody home for the Blues. Hits the ref's skates. Sends it out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski puts it back into the near side corner. Smith pinches down low. He holds it there. Schneider comes to help him. He pushes it towards the center. He holds it there. Schneider still battling. Schneider shot. That goes just over the net. Comes to the near side boards. Fugner gets there. He holds it up just long enough for Harris to grab the puck. Harris has a man on him. Fugner ties it up on the boards. Harris comes away with it. Give and go to Fugner. Fugner to Schneider. Schneider gets held up in front. And Black Knights come away with the puck. They hit a seam pass. Good play by Malachi Smith to break that up. Knights off sides. They go to tag. And here come the Blues from behind their own net. Smith, or that's Komodowski. He sends it near side for Smith. Smith tips it forward. Blues start a line change as the forwards go. And heads up, they get it far side. Luckily, it was behind the man. Otherwise, he would have had a semi-break as the Fisher, Springer, Bauer line were just getting on the ice. Brooks gets it from Fisher. He's going to send it up the ice through the neutral zone, just out of the reach of Springer. Picked up by the Knights defensemen in their own zone. They go D to D. They're going to skate it far side. They send it towards the middle, and here they come 2-on-2 back into the blue zone. Drop pass, shot on, pad save, held on to by Stutzer with 6:45 remaining here in this first period, with the Blues leading 3-0. Blues send out a fresh unit. Giorgio centering Crowley and Zilm get the call up front. Brooks and Miniman will continue on defense. I'm sorry, that is Spatansky, Zilm, and Crowley. My apologies. Face off, won by the Knights. They get it out to the point. They're going to put it down to the sideboards. They try to center towards the middle. That's picked off. Good poke check by Brooks. Knocks it up to Zilm. Zilm crosses. He puts it in deep, and then he gets taken down, drawing a penalty. And Blues are going to go to their first power play of the season with 6, give or take 27 left here in the first period. So an interference call against the Black Knights puts the Blues on a power play. Blues are going to, looks like, keep Spatansky, Zilm, and Crowley out. Defensive pairing will be Rubis and Komodowski. Offensive zone face-off comes to the left of the Knights goaltender. As a reminder, 2-minute minor penalties this season in midgets. Face-off was dropped, immediately whistled dead by the linesman, and we're going to do it again from that same spot. Blues win the face-off back to Rubis. He skates the line. He goes to his partner, Komodowski. Komodowski gives it to Spatansky. He's got a man all over him. Zilm goes in to help, knocks it to Komodowski. Spatansky tried doing a little drop pass to Zilm. It was picked off. They clear the zone. Rubis gloves it down. He goes to Komodowski, right back to Rubis. Rubis puts it in hard. Blues going on the forecheck. Spatansky gets there first. He lifts the stick of his man. Knights clear it. Glove down by Komodowski and heads up. Semi-break the other way. Good play by Komodowski with his stick to knock the puck off. Knights send it around near side boards. Now they put it back behind. Blues are going to have time to regroup as Knights go for a change. Komodowski's going to skate it out. Brings it through the neutral zone. Drops it for Crowley. That gets picked off. And here come the Knights again on a semi-break. Rubis gets back in time. They're going to take a long shot. That goes over the net. Comes to the near side boards. Knocked back deep into the blue zone as the Knights got there first. And finally, Komodowski knocks it off his stick to Rubis. Rubis up the sideboards for Komodowski. Komodowski tries to make a pass, hits the skate, and the Knights put it back in deep. Again this year, no icing called when you're shorthanded. Brooks settles it behind the net. He's going to wait for his forwards to get going. He's going to skate it now. He sends it forward to Crowley, that's Wessel, sorry. Wessel sends it over to Miniman. Miniman puts it in deep. Knights goalie settles in the corner. They're going to grab it. They launch it a mile high, and they spring the guy from the a line change. Long shot. That goes a mile wide. Wessel gets there. He puts it back deep for Brooks. Brooks is going to skate it back behind the Blues net. Not a very inspired power play yet here. Hopefully the Blues can get something going. Wessel gets it from Brooks. He brings it into the Knight zone. He goes to the outside, takes it behind the net. Nobody open. Sends it off the boards to Miniman. The Black Knights now back it. Breakaway as the man comes off the box. And goal by the Black Knights. Poor power play by the Blues. And nobody back, and they spring a man for a breakaway right as the penalty expires. And it is now 3-1. Blues are going to send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, we'll have Komodowski and Smith. Fugner lines up to take the draw. Face-off is won by the Knights. They push it forward. Their pass picked off by Komodowski. He goes off the boards for Harris. Harris tries to go far side for Schneider. It's just behind him. Knights are going to pick it up. They go back in their own zone. Schneider's going to race for the puck. He gets behind the net. He gets knocked up. Loose puck picked up by Fugner. Fugner to Harris. Harris shot goes just wide. Schneider's going to pick it up in the corner. He sends it out to the point to Smith. Smith shoots. That's picked off and heads up. Another semi-break, and Stutzer's going to come out and play it. How do you not call that? He took an elbow at Stutzer. Fugner gets the loose puck, tries to pass it again, hits two skates. Knights come away with it. They go up the boards. Fugner hits him. Komodowski's going to pinch in. He grabs it. He makes a move, and he's able to push it back and heads up. Here's another semi-break with Bauer back, and they shoot and miss the net, and that's going to come all the way out. Komodowski picks it out. He takes a hit as he pushes it in, and Blues are going to make a wholesale line change. Fisher, Springer, Bauer up front. Brooks and Miniman on defense. Pass picked off by Springer. Springer gives it to Bauer. His shot, that's picked off, and that's going to go all the way down. They're going to say it hit a stick, even though it didn't, so no icing. Miniman races for it, reverses to Brooks. Brooks is going to take it behind the Blues net. He stops, reverses, sends it far side for Fisher. Fisher looks for a man. He's got somebody all over him. Springer picks up the loose puck, gets it back to Fisher. Fisher goes to Brooks. Brooks back to Fisher. Fisher's going to go for a skate. Comes near side for Bauer. Bauer to Springer right up the middle. And Knights are going to get another penalty. And Blues go right back to the power play with 2:34 remaining here in the first period. So number 11, Black Knights, gets an elbowing minor. Blues are going to keep Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front. Defensively, Tomodaski and Rubis jump the boards. Shots currently sit 9-8 in favor of the Blues. Score is 3-1. Springer lines up to take the offensive zone face-off. It is won by the Knights. They turn, try to clear. Hits off the shin pad of Bauer. He battles for the puck, pulls it behind him into the corner. He gets hooked, no call. Fisher comes in to help him out. Knights kick it forward, and then they're going to send it all the way down for an icing. Stutzer comes out, settles it, passes it to Tomodaski. Tomodaski takes it behind the Blues net. He's going to skate it out near side. He hits Rubis. Rubis going to skate through the neutral zone, brings it into the Knights zone. He sends it behind the net hard to the far corner. Fisher goes in for it. And, Knights steal it, and they're going to send it all the way down. That is on net. Stutzer settles, drops it for Rubis. He's going to pull up in his near side corner. He skates it forward, goes off the boards, to Springer. Springer gets it to Bauer. Bauer gets hooked. They did call it, so Blues are going to go to a 5-on-3 as Blues still control. Springer has it at the point, and it is offsides as he let it go out. So Blues will go to a 5-on-3 power play for 1 minute 4 seconds. As they're going to go for hooking. And because that was offsides, face-off will be in the neutral zone. Blues send out Spatansky, Zilm, and Crowley up front. Smith and Brooks defensively. Face-off one back to Brooks. He circles on the red line. He gives it to his partner Smith near side. He brings it into the Knight zone. Drop pass for Zilm. Zilm sends it to the point to Brooks. Brooks back to Smith. Smith to Zilm. Zilm's one-timer goes just wide. Didn't get enough on it. Goes to Crowley. Crowley back out to the point. Smith gets it from Brooks. Smith with room. Shot. That's blocked in front. Smith picks up the loose puck. Knights are going to hold it in the corner, as looks like it is Spatansky and Smith there. Smith comes away with it. Goes out to the point to Brooks. Brooks takes a long shot on. That was probably not the shot they were looking for, as it was eye high, and the goalie saw it the whole way with the 5-on-3. Probably could have worked it a little closer, but it caused another Blues offensive zone face-off, this time to the right of the Knights goalie. They send out Giorgio, Boyer, Wessel up front. Defensively, Miniman and Rubis jump the boards. Face-off is won by the Knights. They're going to send it into the corner. They're going to hold it there. I don't think they realize that's a penalty if you do that with a minute left in a period. Blues picked off the puck. Knights get it right back. They're going to send it all the way down. Miniman's going to retrieve it behind the net. He's going to bring it out near side. Blues go far side for Giorgio. Giorgio brings it through the neutral zone with speed. He drops it for Rubis as he crosses the line. Rubis out to the point to Miniman. Miniman back to Rubis. Rubis, sends it to Wessel. Fans on the shot. Blues, Knights, one penalty has expired, so we're back to a 5-on-4. Miniman gets it in the neutral zone, goes to Rubis. Rubis reverses, gives it to Giorgio. Giorgio's going to skate it in, and Blues are offside. Blues make another line change with 17.4 seconds remaining here in this first period. They send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, we have Smith and Brooks. 39 seconds remaining in the Blues power plays. They've really not gotten anything going on any of the power plays they've had thus far. Face off, won by the Blues, but the Knights push it in deep. Smith is in a foot race to that puck in the corner. Smith gets there, sends it off the boards to Fugner. Fugner goes far side for Harris. Harris back to Fugner. Here come the Blues, 3-on-2. Shot by Fugner, and a glove save and held on to by the Knights goaltender. Blues with 0.8 seconds left. They're going to pull Stutzer for the remainder of the period to try to get a quick shot off. Fugner lines up to take the draw. It is won by the Knights, and that's going to do it for the first period. Blues lead 3-1 against the Palmyra Black Knights out of Pennsylvania. Blues will start on a power play as we get to the second period for 22 seconds, and we'll be back shortly to get that period started. And we are about ready to get the second period underway. Fugner took a minor penalty at the end of that last period, so Blues will not be on the power play to start. We will have a 4-on-4 situation for 22 seconds, and then the Black Knights will get their first power play opportunity of the evening. Fugner heads to the box. Penalty 4-on-4 play will be Brooks and Smith on defense. Forwards will be Harris and Schneider. Bear with me, my fearless camera person is in the restroom, so I'm going to do both for a minute here. Harris lines up to take the draw. That is won by the Blues. They send it forward, picked off by the Black Knights. They're going to bring it back into their own zone. They go D to D, and they're going to burn off some time here and get to the power play. Puck goes to the far side, held up there by Harris. Sent behind the net the opposite way now. Schneider goes into the top of the slot. Harris goes in on the forecheck. They go D to D behind the net. Schneider goes back, knocks it off of his stick. Knights get it back. Blues now get into penalty kill formation. Good play by Schneider, knocks it into the corner. He goes to battle for it. They go around D to D, and Blues start the line change as Spatansky gets out. Zilm is going to come out for Harris, or for Schneider, and we now have Spatansky, Zilm, Rubis, and Smith. They bring it towards the front. Loose puck in front, picked up by the Blues. They send it to the near side corner. Knights come away with it. They take it up the sideboards. They get it out to the point. Zilm all over him. They send it out to the point the other way. They got a loose man. Oh, puck in front. Good stick by Rubis. Sends it right back out to the point. They go D to D. Right back to the top of the point. Near side. They go far side now. They're going to bring it behind the Blues net. Try a wraparound attempt. Loose puck in front. Comes all the way out to the point. Shot in front. Loose puck. Zilm comes away with it. Smith grabs it. He can't clear. Knights come away with it. Good hit by Smith. Breaks that up. Zilm battles for it. Zilm takes a hit. Loose puck still sitting in the corner. Knights come away with it. They go to the front and goal by the Black Knights. The Blues could not get the puck out of the zone. Power play goal by the Knights makes this a one-goal game. Blues will send out the Springer, Fisher, Bauer line up front. Defensively, Kamadowski and Rubis are on the ice. 15:31 remaining here in the first period. We're down to a one-goal game now. Face-off is won by the Knights. They send it to the far side boards. They're going to put it in deep. Kamadowski goes to pick it up in the corner. He reverses for Springer. Springer picks it up in the corner. He goes up the center for Fisher. Fisher tries tipping it forward for Bauer. It gets sent back into the blue zone. Black Knights tag up. Loose puck picked up by them, brought back to their own zone. They go off the far side boards. They send it on a reverse pass. picked off by Rubis. He goes to Bauer. Bauer comes near side for Komodowski. Komodowski tries to pass it to his partner Rubis, and the Black Knights put it back in deep, and they're going to say no icing on that. Puck goes behind the net, comes all the way out to Bauer. Bauer comes far side. It's going to go to Komodowski off the boards. Komodowski skates through the neutral zone. He crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues go in onside. Fisher's going to go to the puck first in the corner. He takes the hit, holds it there. Springer goes in to help him out. Wessel now on the ice as they've started a line change. Loose puck battled for. Knights come away with it. They go far side, and heads up here. They come with numbers through the neutral zone. They cross the red line, put it in deep. Stutzer settles. He sends it far side. Blues got to get there. Boyer gets there. His pass is intercepted. Knights come away with it. Heads up, man wide open. Shot. That goes over the net. Rubis picks up the loose puck off the boards to Boyer. Boyer goes far side. Intercepted again, but too hot for them to handle. It goes into the far side corner. They send it towards the front. Good paddle by Stutzer. Holds it there. And Blues clear it to the neutral zone. They send it back towards the Blues zone. They're going to dump it in deep. And Rubis has to have a heads-up play there as the Black Knights player had a head of steam. Blues clear it to the neutral zone. Boyer kicks it to Wessel. Wessel to Giorgio. Here come the Blues 3-on-3 and can't get it past the last man. And now here come the Black Knights 3-on-3 the other way. They pull up. That's offsides. And the ref, I don't know what he thought he saw. Oh, and Boyer's pass is picked off, and Miniman gets back, and a goal by the Black Knights. 3-3 game now, a 3:13:28 remaining in the first period, as the momentum has completely shifted towards the Black Knights here, and Blues are really on their heels. Sloppy hockey is how you give up games, and they are doing their best right now to let the Black Knights back in this after a really solid first period. Blues are going to send out Fugner, Harris, Schneider up front. Miniman and Brooks are playing defense. Face off, won by the Blues. It goes back to Brooks. Brooks circles in his own zone. Another pass picked off. Knights send it towards the front. Good heads-up play by Stutzer. Loose puck shot on. Glove saved by Stutzer again. As again, Blues making bad passes and allowing this Black Knights team to take advantage with some pretty easy shots. Luckily, Stutzer was up for that one. Fugner lines up to take it. It is 1 over to Miniman. Miniman goes to Brooks. Brooks behind the net for Miniman. Miniman up the boards for Harris. That puck is almost picked off, but Harris gets it. Here come the Blues 3-on-3. Fugner gets it. He fans on the pass, picks up his loose puck. He goes towards the center for Schneider. Schneider has to kick it down, gets it behind the net. Black Knights bring it back through the zone. They're going to skate forward. Schneider pulls up, breaks up the initial pass. Knights get it back in. They send it towards the net. That's deflected into the corner by Stutzer. They reverse it. Fugner there gets it, hits his man. Brooks comes in to help him out. Brooks reverses, goes up to Harris. Harris goes to Schneider. Schneider back to Harris. Oh, just behind him, hits his skate, and the Black Knights take back over. Black Knights going to bring it right up the center. They cut in, bring it across the blue line. Long shot, hits off the stick of Miniman. Schneider ties up his man. They're going to send it out to the point. They take a quick shot, easily picked off by Smith. He reverses. He's going to go for a skate now. Got a man all over him. Spatansky grabs it. He goes to Crowley. Crowley kicks it back to Spatansky. And here come the Black Knights right back into the neutral zone. Miniman picks up the loose puck as they bobbled it. He goes to his partner Smith. Smith far side for Zilm. Zilm gets it into their zone, shakes off a hit, dumps it in. Crowley goes behind the net battling for it. He ties up his man's stick. He pushes it to the corner, comes away with it. He reverses back behind. And good stick by the Blues. Pick it up. Komodowski shot on. Wow, what a great save by the Knights goalie there as they hold on to it. Quick shot by Komodowski. Good save by the Knights goaltender as he put it high blocker side, and the goalie was able to corral it in his underarm area. Blues send out Springer, Bauer, Fisher up front. Smith and Komodowski will continue on defense as they had just jumped the boards. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Knights goaltender, picked up by, or will be taken by Springer, and now it will be taken by Fisher as Springer got tossed. Won by Fisher. Springer tries to get to the point, picked off, and here comes the Knights 2-on-2. They get around one, they get around another. Good play by Smith, breaks that up, and Stutzer does it, and Komodowski takes a stupid penalty, and he goes to the box. Yep, that was a bad penalty, and the Blues, already on their heels early in the second period, go to the penalty kill as Komodowski takes a roughing penalty. Blues will start the penalty kill with Zilm and Spatansky up front. Rubis and Brooks will be on defense. Face off one out to the Black Knights point. They go D to D. Blues set up their box. They're going to skate it down low. They go behind the goal line. Now they're going to bring it back up the far sideboards. They give it to the point. He skates the line. He tries dropping it. Puck didn't move. They send it down to the goal line. Now back out to the top of the circle. He's looking for somebody. He goes to the center. That's picked off. Rubis grabs it. He sends it out to the point. That's picked off. Good play by Zilm as he's able to push it out. And Knights regroup in their own zone. Zilm gets interfered with no call. Knights bring it through the neutral zone. Zilm hits his man. They drop it. They're going to bring it in now. Drop to the point. Zilm gets in the spot. They go far side to the top of the circle. Take a shot. That's deflected high. Knights touch it, so no high sticking. They control at their blue line. They're going to put it down deep below the circle. Now they take it behind the goal line, behind the Blues net, picked off by Rubis. Rubis sends it up the sideboard. Zilm's going to get there. Zilm tries clearing. Good block by the defender from the Black Knights, holds it in the corner. Zilm comes away with the loose puck. He gets knocked down. Spatansky grabs it, and he rifles it all the way down the ice. Blues going to go for a wholesale line change. 4 fresh killers out as Crowley and Wessel jump the boards. Miniman and Smith on defense. Referee got taken out there. They're going to go far side. They're going to bring it across into the Blues zone with 29 seconds remaining here in the Blues penalty kill. Miniman steps up, grabs the puck. He's going to send it all the way back down. Knights are going to have to regroup in their own corner. Crowley goes in on the forecheck with speed. They're going to send it around near side. He didn't realize Crowley was there. Crowley almost got him and lifted his stick. They got it back. They go D to D. Wessel's going to get back now. Knights bring it in. They cross into the Blues zone. Smith pushes them to the outside. Give and go pass picked up, and Crowley grabs the loose puck and all the way down again. And Blues back at full strength as the Komodowski penalty expires. Black Knights going to bring it into the Blues zone. They put it in deep. Smith going to have to go get that behind the net. He gets tied up by a Knights player. They bring it this side. Fugner gets taken out behind the play, but took their player down too. That puck goes a mile high. Good play by Wessel. Breaks that up. It's Wessel and Fugner 2-on-3 into the zone. Wessel late on his shift, just trying to get it deep. It gets picked off. And here they come through the neutral zone. Harris fresh on the ice, pushes him. Knights grab it. They put it in deep. Miniman controls it in the far side corner. He shakes off a hit. He's going to take it behind the Blues net. He's going to bring it out near side. He gives it to Harris. Harris goes far side for Rubis. Rubis and Schneider 2-on-2. Drop pass for Fugner. Fugner to Rubis. Loose puck in front. Fugner grabs it. Shot. What a save again by the Knights goalie. They're going to bring it back out. Blocked by Harris. Harris puts it back in deep. They're going to say it's still offsides, even though all men have tug up. And now Knights bring it out near side. They're going to bring it across the red line. They bring it into the Blues zone. Drop pass. They send it forward. Try to get a shot off. Good play by Komodowski. Breaks that up. Fugner goes behind the net to grab the puck. Black Knights come away with it. Komodowski hits his man. Schneider goes in. They get it to the point. Shot. That gets through. Tipped on net by Rubis, and he holds on to it for a stoppage in play. Is a good heads-up play by Stutzer there. Blues are going to send out the Giorgio, Boyer, Wessel line up front. Brooks and Smith will be on defense. Defensively, I think I already said it, but Brooks and Smith jump the boards. Defensive zone face-off is whistled dead by the outer linesman. He throws both centers out of the dot, I believe. Face off, won by the Black Knights out to the point. They put it down low. They go to the slot. Shot picked off by Boyer. He hits Wessel, who's on a semi-break with a space shot that hits off the knob of the stick, goes just high. Boyer grabs on the sideboards. He tries putting it in deep. That hits the skate. Giorgio stays all over his man. Knights bring it back into the blue zone. They get it to the outside. They're going to send it out to the point. Long shot. That goes a mile wide into the near side corner. Puck goes to the far side now. Knights recontrol it. They put it behind the Blues net. Nobody there for the Blues. Got to go. Puck goes into the far corner. They send it out to the point now. They make a move, get around Boyer. Now they're going to put it back in deep. Smith's going to get there. He tips it around one man. He has space, tries to get around another. They take over. Now they get the puck out to the point. They go near side, nobody there. Boyer picks it up, and we got a 3-on-3 the other way as Boyer comes with it. He makes a move to the outside. He gets taken down, no call. And Boyer, I'm pretty sure there shouldn't have been a call either. And Blues start a line change as the Black Knights bring it in. Rubis kicks the puck to the near side corner, reverses, sends it up to Miniman. Miniman goes to Springer. Springer gives it over to Fisher, hits a stick, pops into the sideboards. Fisher goes in hard for the puck, gets it to Springer. Springer gives it back to Fisher. Fisher goes to the center for Bauer. Can't get a stick on it. Black Knights come away with it. They're going to go the other way. Ooh, Blues got away with the trip there as Bauer's stick got caught up in a Black Knights player's skates and he went down. Shot by the Blues, saved, comes out to Springer. Springer out to the point to Rubis. Rubis to Miniman. Miniman down low for Bauer. Bauer reverses in the corner, sends it behind for Springer. Springer off the boards to Rubis. Rubis with heavy pressure on him reverses. Skates towards the center, gives it to Miniman. Miniman, far side, tries to hit Springer. Loose puck in front. Blues can't get to it. Still loose. Another shot, saved. Picked up by Springer. Springer gets a shot. That goes just wide. Broken stick on the play by the Black Knights. And, long flip pass, breakaway goal. Blues get caught again with no defenseman back. And they flip it over everybody. Breakaway goal. So Blues, after being up 3-0, are now down 4-3 with 5:57 remaining here in the second period, as we have had several breakdowns and the team just doesn't look the same as they did in the first period. Hopefully there's a Zamboni break here in about 6 minutes, get this team back on track. Spatansky, Crowley, and Zelm will be up front. Smith and Komodowski on defense. Black Knight center gets tossed. Spatansky still there to take it for the Blues. Face-off is won by the Blues. Zelm has it. He gives it to Smith. Smith to Komodowski, right back to Smith. That pass he can't handle. Smith comes away with it anyways. He sends it forward to Zelm. Zelm taps it in. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. Black Knights come away with it. Heads up. They get around another one, and wow. Hit a skate of somebody, and Blues look like they're going back to the penalty kill as Zelm takes a cross-checking penalty. Okay, Blues, they are calling a 2-10 on Zelm as he gets a head contact penalty. So Zelm will sit until midway through the third period. Blues will have to send somebody else to the box, and Boyer is going to go serve that 2-minute. Blues will start the penalty kill with Spatansky and Crowley up front. Defensively will be Komodowski and Smith. Blues win the faceoff. Komodowski grabs it, sends it off the boards hard. Held at the line by Crowley. He gets it out to the neutral zone. Black Knights reverse. Komodowski steps up, picks it up. He goes far side. Black Knights pick it up. They try passing back to their defenseman. That goes all the way back into the zone. They're going to bring it out far side. Spatansky keeps them honest. They drop pass to the middle. Now they've come near side. They're going to bring it into the blue zone with speed. Drop pass to the point. They send it down low behind the goal line. It misses everybody. Goes to the far corner. They pick it up. Smith intercepts the pass. He's going to hold it in the corner there. Black Knights come away with it. They skate it out to the top of the circle. They go down low below the goal line. Near side shot. That goes wide. Picked up by Komodowski. His clearing attempt hits off Spatansky. Doesn't get out. And now Black Knights reset on their blue line. They bring it back. Top of the circle. Shot on. Loose puck in front. Wow. Good stick by Crowley. Pushes it back out to the point because they had a man wide open there. If he got a stick on it, that's a goal. They go D to D on the blue line. They bring it in far side. Back out to the top of the point. Shot blocked by Spatansky. He sends it all the way down, runs to the bench for a change. Blues get all 4 men fresh. Rubis Brooks on defense, Giorgio Wessel on offense. Black Knights bring it out of their zone. They go D to D. They bring it in. Rubis keeps him to the outside. He gets tied up with the man. Rubis grabs it. He sends it all the way out to the neutral zone. Black Knights are going to have to regroup. They send it far side. They bring it in offsides. 11 seconds remaining on the Blues penalty kill. Black Knights will change out 2 forwards. Blues will continue with Giorgio Wessel, Brooks, and Rubis. Neutral zone face-off across from the Knights bench, won by the Knights. They go D to D. They're going to skate it across the red line. Wessel ties him up. He's going to put it in deep. Rubis grabs it. He sends it a mile off the boards. That's going to go all the way down. No icing because they're shorthanded. Boyer out of the box. And Black Knights set up behind their own net. Wessel gets tied up behind the net. Boyer picks off the pass, gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski in his own zone. Sends it high off the boards for Boyer. Boyer's on a semi-break with Wessel going towards the net. Shot, loose puck in front. Goal! No, they call it off. What a terrible call. Puck was clearly in the net before the whistle, and they call a penalty. Or they call the goal off. Wow. What a bad whistle. Puck was clearly in the net before the whistle was blown, and the ref was not in position, so they say no goal. That's bad. Bad officiating there. You got to be in position if you got 2 refs on the ice. That's rough. Blues will send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Miniman and Komodowski will be the defensive pairing. Blues will have an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Knights goaltender. Even the scorekeeper thought it was a goal. He threw it up on the board. Blues win the faceoff back to Komodowski. Komodowski down low for Harris. Harris goes to Schneider. Schneider shot on. Good save. Fugner gets a loose puck. Wow, amazing save by the Knights goalie there. As Fugner had a wide open one-timer and he made a sliding pad save. They send it up to Schneider. Schneider tips it in. Harris goes in on the forecheck. They're going to send it behind the net. Harris there. They send it out to the point. Komodowski grabs it. He skates it down low. Tries to go to Schneider. That gets picked off. Fugner picks it up. Long shot. Glove save held on to by the Knights goaltender. Blues are going to send out a fresh defensive pair. Brooks and Smith will join Fugner, Harris, Schneider. Offensive zone face-off will be to the left. Fugner ties it up. Schneider lifts the stick of the man. Knights get it. They clear to the neutral zone. Smith grabs it. They put it in deep. Blues tag up. They're going to go in on the forecheck now. Knights goaltender plays it for a defenseman. They come near side. Brooks steps up, blocks that. Harris comes away with it. He goes to Schneider. Schneider shot on. Shoulder saved by the goaltender. Rebound in the corner for Harris. Fugner grabs it. Oh, tries to hit Harris. Harris didn't see it coming, and now the Knights are going to clear. They clear up towards the neutral zone. Picked off by Brooks. Brooks off the glass, sends it back into the Knights zone. Fugner on the forecheck causes a turnover. Harris gets it right back to Fugner. Fugner shot, blocker save, and they clear the neutral zone. Heads up, 2-on-1 the other way. Not good. Shot on right into the blue note, and a save and hold by Stutzer with 1:38 remaining in this second period. Blues will send out Miniman and Rubus to join Springer, Fisher, and Bauer up front. Defensive zone faceoff comes to the left of Stutzer. Faceoff is won by the Blues. Miniman goes behind the net for Rubus. Rubus over to Bauer. Bauer has it bounce. He gets it back, sends it off the boards to Springer. Springer brings it in, reverses to Fisher. Fisher shot on, loose puck, and held on to as the Knights goalie dropped on it as it sat in front of him. No change in personnel for either team. Springer will take the offensive zone face-off to the left of the Knights goaltender. Face-off won by the Knights. They clear it all the way out. Blues have to tag up. They do so. They're going to go in on the forecheck now with 1:15 remaining here in this second period. Knights are going to bring it out. They go far side. They get to the outside. Rubus is all over him. Good drop pass, though, as it springs their guy. They send it towards the front. Stutzer puts a stick on it, sends it to the corner, and then Springer knocks his man off the puck. Rubus comes away with it. He sauce passes far side for Fisher. Fisher puts it in deep, takes the hit for his trouble, goes into the corner. Bauer hits his man. They bring it off the boards. They're going to bring it into the neutral zone. Crowley pressures his man, causes a turnover. Crowley's pass picked off, and luckily the Black Knights are offsides. Blues will send out Spatansky, Crowley, Wessel to finish off this period. Komodowski and Smith on defense, Face off won by the Blues. They go far side, passes just out of the reach of Crowley and heads up. Here come the Knights 3-on-3. Good back check by Spatansky, breaks that up, but the puck goes right back to them. They reverse, they take a long shot, blocked by Smith. Smith's clearing attempt, knocked down. They try going D to D, picked off by Wessel. Wessel, Crowley, and Spatansky come in 3-on-3. Wessel with the move, tries to get to the front, and that's going to get thrown all the way down in what will be an icing against the Black Knights with 7.1 seconds remaining. Blues going to make a quick line change. They send out Fugner, Harris, Schneider up front. Defensively, Smith and Komodowski and Smith will continue. Quick face-off win to the point. Probably what Blues are looking for here, or a quick one to Schneider where he can send it to Smith. We'll see what they do. They get it to Schneider. Schneider gets tied up, gets it to Komodowski. Komodowski sends it towards the front. They're going to clear it, and they send it all the way down, and that will be the end of the second period. Black Knights score 4 unanswered to go up 4-3, and we'll be back for the third period here shortly. After a Zamboni break. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. And we are ready to get this third period underway. That second period intermission was sponsored by Bodies by Boat. If you're looking for somebody to get your butt in shape, call Stephen Boat. Sorry, we don't have his phone number. Blues are going to send out Giorgio, Wessel, Boyer up front, Rubis and Komodowski on defense. Black Knights win it. They take a shot from the blue line. That goes over the net. Loose puck picked up by Komodowski. Fumbles it, but picks it up, sends it to Boyer. Boyer flips it high to Wessel. Wessel to Giorgio. That gets picked off. They bring it back into the neutral zone. Boyer grabs it. He gets it knocked off of his stick. Knights come away with it. They reverse in their own blue line, or in their own zone, excuse me. They send it forward. Rubis picks up the loose puck. He's going to skate it near side, goes off the boards for Boyer. Boyer sends it all the way down on a tip-in. Knights goalie plays around near side. Nobody there except Wessel. Wessel out to the point to Rubis. Rubis long shot, gets through, loose puck in front. Picked up by Wessel, has it knocked off of his stick to the neutral zone. Komodowski hits his man, and he goes down hard. That was a big hit by Komodowski. He gets the puck over to Giorgio. Giorgio near side to Wessel. Wessel has to be careful as they got a door open on the bench here. They take a long shot, send it on net. Stutzer plays it out for Rubis. Rubis to Wessel. Wessel far side for Komodowski. Komodowski's going to bring it in. He's got Harris with him. He sends a shot on, glove down, loose puck in front. Nobody there for the Blues as they were changing. They clear up to the board. Schneider covering the point, holds it, puts it in. They get it back from him, send it around. Harris picks it up. He goes to Komodowski. Komodowski to Harris. Harris all the way over for Brooks. Brooks shot on. That goes high. Blues got to get back. Step up by Smith, and oh no, 2-on-0, offsides, no call, and they bobble the puck as Fugner had gotten back. Fugner knocks the puck off the stick. They go back to Brooks. Brooks goes behind the Blues net, reverses to Smith, bounces off of his stick. Smith goes up to Schneider. Schneider tries to give it to Harris. Schneider draws a penalty. Blues going back to the power play as Black Knights finally touch it. So Blues, with 15:07 left, are going to go to the power play as Schneider draws what I believe is a holding penalty.
Let's go, Blues!
So Blues go to another power play. They're going to keep Fugner, Harris, Schneider out, and they call a double minor on that. So whatever he did, he gets 4 minutes. So Blues have 2 power plays potentially to score here. As if they can get one in the first 2 minutes, they'll get another 2-minute power play after that. And Blues need it after the momentum has been all Black Knights. And Knights bench talking to the officials. I don't think they agree with that. Conversation over. Blues line up to take the draw. Fugner's going to take it to the left of the Knights goaltender. It is won by the Knights. They take it behind their net. They get it to the far corner. They send it all the way down. Again, no icing. Stutzer comes out to play it. He sends it up to Brooks with a good pass. Brooks is going to reverse in his own zone. He takes it behind the net. He's going to get set up. He sends it near side for Harris. Harris goes far side for Fugner, hits a stick, and he gets it right back. Fugner gets to the outside, goes to Schneider. Schneider shoot! Oh, just wide off a deflection. And Black Knights try to clear, and they push it all the way down the ice. Good play by the Blues there. Is finally showing some life on the power play as they've not gotten many shots on the 3 they've already had. Blues reset. Smith grabs it. He goes to Harris. Harris going to skate it across the line. He gets to the outside. He takes it to the corner. He's got a man all over him. He gets taken down. They're going to try clearing. They step it towards the blue line. They get it out. Smith comes away with it. He reverses behind his back for Brooks. Brooks to Smith. Smith to Fugner. Here comes Fugner and Schneider. Fugner shot on. Pad save. Held on to. 2:56 remaining in the double minor. Blues will send out Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front. Defensively, we'll have Komodowski and Rubis. Offensive zone face-off will be to the right of the Knights goaltender. Face off, won by the Blues. Fisher tried to go backwards. That's intercepted. Knights pick it up behind their net. They go hard off the glass. Step up by Rubis, unsuccessful. They push it around. Komodowski in a foot race. He gets to the puck. He battles his man, puts it off the boards for Springer. Springer taps it to Rubis. Rubis going to skate it through the neutral zone. Crosses into the Knight zone, drops for Springer. He has to reverse as he's got a man all over him. He puts it off the boards for Rubis. Rubis down low for Fisher. Fisher brings it out, goes back to Rubis. Rubis far side for Komodowski. Komodowski reverses. He goes to Springer near side. Springer takes it down low to Fisher. Fisher back to Springer. Springer sauce passes to the point to Rubis. Rubis long shot hits a stick. Fisher gets the rebound. He goes off the boards for Springer. I'm sorry, that was Fisher to Springer. Rubis grabs the loose puck, skates it in, takes it behind the net. Looking for somebody, goes far side. That pass is deflected. Springer picks up the loose puck. 1:54 remaining in the Blues power play. Didn't score on the first one. Rubis long shot, pad save, push to the far corner. Komodowski pinches down to the circle, sends it out to Springer. Springer has it knocked off of his stick. Good hold at the line by Rubis. Rubis sends it towards the front, loose puck. Can't get a stick on it. Good play by Rubis to hold it. Bounce over a stick. He's going to send it over to Komodowski. Komodowski reverses as the Blues go for a line change. Wessel, Boyer, and Giorgio jump. Brooks gets the puck. He's going to skate it in. He gets tied up immediately. Boyer comes away with it. Boyer down for out to the point to Miniman. Miniman shot blocked in front. Blues got to get back. And Knights throw it all the way down. That bounces behind Stutzer. He can't stop it. Brooks gets there first. He sends it all the way up the ice for Boyer. Boyer on a semi-break. Gets to the outside. He gets taken down. No call. That was a hold. Comes all the way back to the Blues zone as Brooks picks it up. He's going to skate it behind his own net. He's going to wait, get set up. He takes out far side. He hits Giorgio. Giorgio crosses the red line with it, brings it into the Knight zone. He goes near side for Boyer. Boyer drop pass for Miniman. Miniman fans on the shot, and here come the Black Knights as they throw it all the way down again. Stutzer's going to settle. He gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski fans on his pass, but gets around, and he's going to bring it in the zone towards the center, drops it for Wessel. Wessel for Giorgio. Giorgio gets to the outside, takes it behind the net, puts it in front for Boyer. Nobody can get a stick on it. Loose puck goes to the far corner. Wessel gets there. He gets knocked off the puck. They send it out to our point for us. Komodowski has it. He goes back to Wessel. Wessel has it stripped off of his stick, and they're going to push it back out. They push it out to the neutral zone. They're going to kick it forward, and Komodowski has to battle for it. He does the backhand pass. That's going to do it for the Blues power play. Another potentially bad pass there as Blues got lucky. They didn't get it cleanly. Push it back into the Blues zone. Giorgio takes it behind the net. He's going to skate it out. He gets taken down, no call. And here come the Black Knights. Shot deflects off the stick of Komodowski and goes into the netting behind the Blues net. 10:48 remaining here in the third period. Knights lead 4-3. Blues out shooting the Black Knights 25-19. Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Miniman and Rubis are the defensive pairing. Fugner lines up to take the draw. Fugner gets tossed. Black Knight center gets tossed. Schneider comes in to take it. He wins it to Miniman. Miniman takes it behind the net. He tries reversing. That's picked off. He's now battling in the corner for it. Fugner goes in to help him out. Loose puck sits in the corner. He's all for battle. Fugner pushes it back. Knights player kicks it back in. Miniman comes and grabs it. He tries going up the boards for Harris. Gets it to him, but he's got a man all over him. Knights put it back down low. They're going to take it behind the Blues net. Good stick by Rubis, breaks that up. They're going to put it back down below the Blues goal. Fugner goes in on the back check, hits his man. They're going to send it out to the point. Schneider tips it around his man. He gets around, and the other defender gets there first. Schneider, good forecheck, breaks up that play. Knights hold it in the zone for us. They're going to bring it back down low. They're going to take it behind their own net. They take it far side. Now they reverse. They're going to bring it out near side. They send it up to the blue line. Blues got to get back. Oh, Braden Harris just got away with one. He ran into a guy behind the play. He didn't see it. And puck is sitting on the back of the net, so we'll have a stoppage in play. Blues will send out Spatansky, Crowley, and somebody. Zilm. Oh, there he is. Zilm out of the sin bin after his 10-minute misconduct for head contact. Smith and Brooks on defense. Face-off won by the Knights. They go out to the point. Long shot gets through. Glove save held on to by Stutzer. No change in personnel. Spatansky lines up to take this face-off. Face-off won by the Black Knights out to the point. They send it down low, goes behind the Blues net. Smith goes into the corner for this one. He gets there, holds it there, gets the puck back, tries to go far side. Nobody home for the Blues. Black Knights play it right out, back off up the boards, and now they're going to put it in deep. Stutzer settles behind the net. He gives it to Smith. Smith goes up the boards for Zilm. Zilm, give and go pass for Spatansky. Spatansky off the boards to Crowley. Crowley lets it go, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. 9:15 remaining here in the third period. Black Knights 4, Blues 3. Blues out shooting the Knights 25-22. Blues scored 3 in the first period. Knights scored 4 in the second period. And no score thus far here in the third period. Blues had a 4-minute double minor power play they couldn't capitalize on. Spatansky lines up to take it. He wins it to Komodowski, who takes it behind the net. Komodowski goes up the sideboards, misses Crowley, and that will be another icing against the Blues. No change in personnel for the Blues as Spatansky lines up to take this draw to Stutzer's left after that icing. Face-off won by the Blues. Rubis gets it, gives it to Komodowski. He sends it off the boards, and here come the Blues 2-on-1. Crowley and Zilm. Oh, pass just behind Crowley as he has to pull up to get it. He sends it down low for Zilm. Zilm reverses it to Spatansky. Loose puck as he gets knocked down. Crowley goes and battles for it. They clear up to the zone. And shot by Rubis from the point on net. Stick save right into the glove and held on to by the Knights goaltender. Blues send out Springer, Fisher, and Bauer up front. Defensively will continue with Komodowski and Rubis. Springer lines up to take the draw to the left of the Knights goaltender. He pushes it forward for Fisher. It goes on net. Goalie covers it and holds on to it. We'll do it again from the left of the Knights goaltender. Springer lines up to take it. Face-off is won to the sideboards by the Blues. Bauer takes it into the corner, tries to get to the front. That gets intercepted. Fisher knocks it back to Bauer. Bauer tries to go to Springer, couldn't get it to him. Fisher gets it. He tries to go to Komodowski. Komodowski's you have to push it back in as he had a whole bunch of pressure. And passed by Bauer off the mark, picked off by the Knights. They're going to throw it in on net. That goes just wide. Knights control it on the sideboards. Springer and Fisher battling for it. Knights get it out to the point. Heads up. Shot blockered to the near side corner by Stutzer. Bauer grabs it. He flips it out to the neutral zone. Springer goes in on the forecheck. Yeah, that was Springer. Knights get it. They're going to bring it right back into the blue zone. They get to the outside. They reverse. Nobody going to them. They come near side to the point. Puck goes past them. And good pressure by Bauer as he pushes it forward. Entry into the zone blocked by Komodowski. Komodowski skates it through the neutral zone. He's going to put it in deep. And they're going to call too many men on the Knights. So Blues are going to go back to the power play as the Knights have too many men on the ice. Blues are going to send out Giorgio, Boyer, Wessel up front. Defensively, we'll have Smith and Brooks. 7:49, remain here in this third period. Blues down by a goal, going on a power play. Giorgio lines up to take it. It is to the right of the Knights goaltender. Face-off won by the Blues, sent out to the point. Brooks blows a tire, gets it down to Boyer. Boyer tries to put it to Giorgio, hits a skate. Smith pinches in, grabs it. He reverses. Gives it down low for Wessel. Wessel back to Smith. Smith out to the point to Brooks. Brooks back to Smith. Smith over to Boyer. Boyer waves Wessel to go behind the net. He gives it to him. Wessel out to the point to Brooks. Brooks with room. Shot on. Shoulder save. Goes into the far side corner. Wessel gets there. Sends it up the boards for Bauer. Bauer cuts in. Takes it behind the net. Blues got to spread out. Gets it to Giorgio. Giorgio's shot. That goes high. That's going to come all the way to the far point. Good hold by Smith. He's going to put it far corner as he had a man all over him. Wessel controls it. He reverses up the sideboards. Giorgio has to now get there. They try clearing. Held by Brooks. Brooks puts it down low for Wessel. Wessel to Giorgio. Giorgio shot on. Loose puck in front. Comes around to the side, and they're going to send it all the way down. And Blues will have to regroup in their own zone. Blues start a line change. And nobody told the defense, so they have to slow down. Brooks is going to bring it in. He puts it in deep. Harris goes in on the forecheck. They're going to reverse behind the net. Harris strips it. He goes off the boards to Miniman. Miniman to Rubis. Rubis can't hold it. Goes in the corner for Fugner. Fugner comes away with it. He reverses. He gets taken down. Harris can't hold it. They clear it. Gets around Rubis. Rubis lifts the stick. Good play by Miniman. Takes it back. He sends it right up to Fugner. Fugner brings it across the line. He goes far side for Harris. Harris shot. Loose puck goes into the corner after the save. Harris blocks it in the corner there. He sends it behind the net, and that's going to be flipped out, held at the point by Rubis. Rubis makes a move around one man. He takes it towards the center. He's got room. Loose puck in front. Shot on. Glove save held on to by the goalie. Couple good opportunities for the Blues there. Blues will send out the Spatansky, Zilm, Crowley line up front. Defensively, Smith and Komodowski. Offensive zone face-off to the left of the Knights goalie is won by the Knights. They send it high off the glass. Heads up. Knights come away with it. Good stick by Spatansky. One-on-one with Smith. Smith pushed him to the outside. Shot goes wide. Knights are back at full strength now. Komodowski, his pass gets around his man. Zilm sends it over to Crowley. Crowley kicks it into the zone. He's on the forecheck, gets his own puck. Spatansky comes in to help him out. He's going to hold it in the corner. Knights push it back behind their own net. Now they reclaim it. They send it far side. Komodowski tries pinching. That gets around him. Spatansky covering. Sends it to Smith. Smith can't control it. He gets it back, though. Sends it all the way behind the net to Komodowski. Komodowski's going to skate it out of the zone. Men waiting. Skates it in. Has a spot. Off the post. Loose puck in front. Comes out to Crowley. Crowley shot. Save again. Another puck goes in front, comes all the way out to the point. Smith grabs it, shot blocked. Blues got to get back. Semi-break and a full break. Here we go. Wow, what a save by Stutzer. Rebound picked up by the Blues. Here come the Blues back the other way. Zilm gets it over to Crowley. Crowley pushes it to the far corner as he goes into forecheck for it now. Zilm comes in. They clear it out to the neutral zone. Blues got to get back. Guy with speed gets to the outside. Miniman keeps him there. They reverse off the boards to himself. Springer picks up the loose puck. He sends it near side for Brooks. Brooks has it bounce over his stick. They put it back in. Knights player doesn't know what offsides is, and that should go all the way down as that Knights player didn't realize he was offsides by 50 feet.
Let's go, Blues! All the way down!
There we go. Blues will get an offensive zone face-off with the Springer, Bauer, Fisher line after that. I think that the ref just said way offsides. Springer's going to get tossed out of the dot, so Fisher will go in to take this face-off now. 4:15 remain here in this third period. Blues still down by a goal, out shooting the Knights 32-23. Fisher lines up to take it. Face-off won by the Knights into their corner. They send it around to the far corner. Springer's going to be first man to the puck. He's got two Knights players all over him. He comes away with it. He goes to Miniman. Miniman's shot hits a skate, goes into the corner for Bauer. Bauer tips it into the corner, tries to get it to Fisher. Comes out to Springer. Springer with space, sends it out to the point to Miniman. Miniman to Brooks. Brooks with the lane. Shot gets through. That goes just wide. Springer grabs it. He takes a big hit. And here come the Black Knights back through the neutral zone. They put it towards the net. Brooks grabs it. He goes off the boards for Fisher. Fisher has it bounce off of his stick. And it's going to go all the way down. Knights reverse it in their own zone. They go D to D. They pass it a mile high, misses everybody, and they're just going to push it in deep. Blues going for a line change. And looks like Blues are going to go to the penalty kill with 3:25 remaining here in this third period. Fisher goes to the box. Blues running out of time here as they're down by a goal with 3:25 left in the third. And they'll be shorthanded for more than half of that time. Blues bench not happy with the missed boarding call in front of the Knights bench. Giorgio and Wessel will be up front. Defensively, we'll have Komodowski and Rubis. Giorgio lines up to take it. Face-off is tied up. Knights come away with it. Rubis knocks his man down. Now he battles for the puck. Rubis ties up two players. Wessel right there. Puck is picked out by Rubis. Here come the Blues, 3-on-2, shorthanded. They go far side for Giorgio. Giorgio takes it to the outside, tries to go to Wessel. Wessel gets it behind the net. He takes the hit, holds it there. Knights come away with the puck. They're going to bring it out and heads up. Here they come with numbers through the neutral zone on the power play. They pull up. They're going to send it all the way behind the net near side. Comes all the way out to the point. They put it back down low. Goes over the stick of their player. Komodowski pokes it into the corner. Knights come away with it. They send it out to the point. They go back down low to the goal line. Brings it out to the side of the circle. Takes it out to the point. Back down to the circle far side. Giorgio all over him. All he can do is put it back deep behind the Blues net. They're going to bring it out near side circle. Knights just killing some time here. They're going to take it down low. Backhand pass picked off by Komodowski. Komodowski reverses it to the far side corner. Giorgio has to get there. He can't clear. Knights get it. They got a seam. Heads up, shot on. Saved by Stutzer. Loose puck picks up. Wessel grabs it. He sends it all the way down. Blues go for a line change. Harris and Spatansky jump out up front. Brooks and Smith on defense. And we have 33 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. 1:54 remaining in the game. Knights bring it through the neutral zone. They bring it into the blue zone. They get to the outside. Drop pass. Man open. Shot. Blocker save. Push to the near side corner. Knights get it back. They send it out to the point. They go D to D. They put it near side again. Deflected by Spatansky. They're going to send it off the boards. Can't clear the zone. They go D to D. Harris gets out to him. Shot. That gets through but misses the net. Comes near side. Another shot. That hits a Blues skate and goes just wide of the post. And Blues back at full strength. Fisher runs to the bench. Schneider gets out of the box, or Schneider gets on as Fisher comes out. Knights control it. They send a shot from the blue line that goes way wide. Brooks gets taken out. Harris is passed to Spatansky, picked off. Wide open shot, loose puck in front. Knights come away with it. Spatansky grabs it off of his stick. Battle behind the net ensues. Spatansky pushes the puck. He sends it up the boards to Schneider. Schneider makes a move. He sends it up to Harris. Here comes Harris and Schneider. He's got Smith trailing. Gets it to Smith. Oh, puck bounces, but Bugner covering the line holds it. Oh, and he has it knocked off of his stick, but he battles, gets it back, and he gets taken down. Knights put it back in deep. Stutzer settles. Rubis grabs it. Rubis going to skate it out. He hits Harris. Harris gets it into their zone. Harris takes it wide, goes behind the net. He goes out to the point to Rubis. Blues have an empty net. Over to Komodowski. Komodowski shot through. Loose puck in front. No Blues can grab it, and that's going to be an icing against the Black Knights. So Blues, 18.5 seconds remaining, down by a goal. They have Stutzer pulled. They have Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front, and Blues call a timeout. So we'll be back right after this timeout. And we're ready to get play resumed. Blues will keep Fugner, Schneider, Harris, and Wessel up front. Komodowski and Rubis will be the defensive pairing. Stutzer on the bench as Blues are down by a goal with 18.5 seconds left. Fugner lines up to take it. Face-off is won by the Knights. They send it around the boards hard. Rubis holds it. He goes down to Schneider. Schneider sends it far side for Komodowski. Komodowski's shot. That deflects, goes wide. Loose puck goes behind the net. Harris has it. Harris out to Rubis. Rubis shot hits a shin pad, and that's going to do it as it comes out to the neutral zone. Blues are going to lose first game of the season 4-3 after an abysmal second period, giving up 4 unanswered goals. And we'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time against, who are we playing tomorrow, Danny? We'll be back tomorrow against, hold on, let me pull it up. We've got Honey Baked tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So until then, we'll see ya.